100 for 100. This is a podcast where I take 100 films that I think all you new movie watchers should check out at least once in your movie watching lifetime. And I rank them from 100 to 1 because that's what you do. And then I gave them each a 100-word review and this podcast to be released the first 100 days of the year 2020. Number 38 on this list, we go to the crime genre-ish with 1994's Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure this is the only Tarantino movie on this list. Pretty sure this is the only Tarantino movie on the list. I had to think about that. Pulp Fiction, man. You couldn't not have Pulp Fiction on this list somewhere. Let's get into the 100-word review for this movie. Where some directors have stumbled in their sophomore effort, Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction is considered by many to be the best in the filmmaker's oeuvre. It helped define a new generation of filmmakers with its flair and panache, its witty script, and its masterful editing. R.I.P. Sally Menke. A number of storylines that weave in and out of each other. Its unusual narrative structure can be a bit jarring at first, but eventually becomes part of the charm. A stacked ensemble cast, clever directing, and excellent use of 70s music makes Pulp Fiction an all-time staple in pop culture. It lives at the heart of pop culture. I talked about, I think it was Ocean's 11 a couple weeks back, and I said on that review that Ocean's 11 and Pulp Fiction are two of the movies that help define cool in film. Like, this movie is just effortlessly cool, from the music selections to the way Tarantino moves the camera around the actors and actresses to some of the lines that they have to deliver. You get Samuel L. Jackson's classic, "I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger, those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers," all that kind of good stuff. The non-sequential storytelling, which when you kind of put it in your head, and you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. The book ending with Jules and Vincent there, because you go straight from, what happens in the safe house there at the beginning to all of a sudden they pop up there at Marcellus Wallace's bar in completely different clothing. You're like, well, wait, what the fuck happened? What's in the briefcase? We get a million different answers. Some say it's Marcellus' soul. Some say it's diamonds. Just the fact that we never find out. The fact that it's just an orange-yellow light that's inside the suitcase that Sam uses as a distraction there at the very end. The fact that there's multiple storylines and you ask 100 different people and you will get a myriad of answers as to what their favorites of those storylines are, I think attests to the strength of each one. Some people like Bruce Willis is Butch Coolidge and that whole bit of business where he has to deal with Marcellus Wallace. You got the Jules and Vincent bookends. You have in between there. You got the Vincent and Mia Wallace storyline in there. The first time Uma Thurman comes to play in the Quentin Tarantino universe. That whole bit of business, man, goes real left real quick when she found that heroin in his jacket pocket. It is just its style, its flair. It's one of those movies that, like, movies have attempted to ape the coolness of Pulp Fiction, but have completely failed. Like, I'm not sure if Tarantino set out, I'm going to make a cool looking film. Like, that's just the product of what happened. It's just effortlessly flows from scene to scene to scene. Like I said, the editing on this movie is amazing. Sally Menke put in her ankles on editing this film, which is part of the charm of the cool. I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. Pulp Fiction, man, we've all seen Pulp Fiction. There's a reason that Quentin Tarantino is probably my number 2 favorite director of all time, right behind Chris Nolan, is because of this movie. It's not even my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, but it is definitely up there. One of these days, Tarantino will win Best Actor or Best Director. Unfortunately, it wasn't for this. Unfortunately, it wasn't for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But he will get that Best Director award one of these days. If you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, then just stop. Just stop listening to the rest of this list. I don't even want you to go see it if you haven't seen it. Just stop. Number 38 on our list of 100 for 100, Pulp Fiction.